Hey everybody, how you doing? How you doing? This will be a short one today, I assure you of that. I do. It's Taco Tuesday. Hey, I'll try to celebrate, but I'd have to hit it like I always do before I go into my job. As at the post office, the USPS. That's what I do. That's it right there. Anyways, that or a school janitor, right? Got the best of both worlds. Anyways, what else? What's going on? There's some things I want to go over here today. Let's see here. Silly Wabbit, shout out. He put all Black Rose 21843 out on blast a few minutes over there on Joey's. I mean, I can't sit there and argue, disagree with the thing he said. I can't. You're number one. It's time for number one. This is it. Here it comes, number one. Shout out Dr. Demento. Oh, I tell you, these people, you just can't sometimes. You can't. So, we got our usual suspects talking shit, and I didn't even get a chance to see any of it. Isn't it a shame? I got me a couple screenshots, and thank you very much to the person or persons that sent me that. Well, it's just one person. As usual. These people ain't got nothing. These people don't got nothing going on in their lives. They're playing. Lady, I'm glad you're in the chat this morning because these people are sitting there replaying. What's her name? Flying Monkey's psycho daughter-in-law's, who's got controls of her old channel, replaying old cheap cheesy live streams from over 3 years ago. Y'all need to get a life. You need to get a life. I'm telling you. You got shit going on in your own worlds. You're talking about you got nothing to go over now. You're running out of content. Stabby doesn't get on Lisa B's anymore, so you got nothing there. You got zilch there. So what? Black Rose 21843 and 420 Moon is a chat hog. I was going to say something else. I was going to say a chat whore. Well, she really is. Never gets on the panel. Well, they will go find her wherever she's at. Now, again, I mean, 420 Moon's calling out people for stalking. My stalkers! My stalkers! Bitch, ain't nobody stalking you. You're not that relevant out here. No, who is? Ain't nobody that relevant out here. Nobody. I swear to God. These people, I guess they're legends in their own minds, I guess. You don't have much of a life if you're sitting on here all day and all night long anyway. You don't got jack shit going on. Jack foul shit? No, you don't. I don't care if your name's Jack or not. These people got nothing else going. Why is Bedtime Clown always talking about PDF files? Why is he always doing that? I mean, shit, he's best friends with one of them. Well, he's, not on paper, but I mean, self-admitted. We can play that game. That's Rick Crude. There you go. Look at all fucked up foul shit Rick Crude said about people's kids. Holy shit. Holy shit. I remember that time he got on the shit show and said something I can't even repeat about Tyrant Bird's kids. I remember him saying that. It was about 4 years ago about that DJ Moore's kids. This is the kind of fucked up foul shit this dude does. And Bedtime Clown out there, he says, well, it's okay because he's not on paper. We can play that game. We can play that game. Maybe that's why Bedtime Clown's channel was such a big failure just from the start. What do you think? Now they're playing the old Friday fuckeries of Flying Monkeys. You remember those? I do. Oh, there's Webb right there. There he is. Yeah, Rose is. She's got her goose. She had her goose parked over there on Lisa B's last night. That's her little spot. That's her safe zone. She goes out of her way to avoid you, my friend, my man. She does. She does. But she's not afraid to stand up to nobody. But she avoids you like the plague. Hey there, Trunk Monkey. What's going on? You're one of the ones that Lisa B always played with your wrench too. I remember this. Yes, I do. Man, she got nothing going on her channel anymore. It's dead. Some of those old Friday fuckeries that were going on. I was looking at the finally that TN Mom of Two that used to be called Midwest Mom of Two, Fly Monkey's psycho daughter-in-law. Yeah, that one. I'm like, dude, there was only like 11 people even watching that shit. 11 people. The only time I remember her live streams getting any sort of numbers was when friggin' ASMR went over there and took the show over. That's what I recall. Or anyone off of the shit show who got on there, which is very seldom. That shit didn't even start up till ASMR came. That was a couple years ago. Anyways, man, these people they got nothing going on in their life. It's a sad song if, again, you're on YouTube and Discord all day and all night long, and you got your own family, supposedly, but yet you're on here all the frickin' time. All the time. Isn't that crazy? These are the people that sit there and project people like me are on frickin' YouTube all day and all night. I was at work for 12 hours last night. 12 hours. I'm going to be at work tonight again for 12 hours as a janitor at the post office, okay? So is that. I work so people like Black Rose and many others do not have to work. Silly Rabbit, you go to work. You obviously work, because I'll tell you, Rose, when she knows you're at work and you can't get on, she would take every opportunity to sneak up on Vegas Valley as long as Stabby Shade was around. She got a lot of shit to say about her, but what kind of shit is there to be said about her, about Black Rose? She got all bent out of shape, and I told her, listen, when I found out she made a dono, she made some kind of dono to somewhere, I forget where, and I don't really care. I mean, it's not my money, but I'm like, bitch, you can't afford it. You can't afford to make donos on I'm trying to help you out here, Black Rose. You're on disability pay. You can't be making that much money. So you got to save your money, save your nickels for yourself, your own needs. Don't do it out on YouTube. Don't do it on YouTube. Anyways, what else is there going on in here? Black Rose. Now there's 420. 420 Moon's another one of her buddies now. And again, 420 Moon is a professional victim. Listen, when she couldn't handle it, she fired the first shot on me. I wasn't even talking about 420 Moon anything because I didn't give a damn. Okay, one thing I haven't figured out yet is where does Bubs come into play on this? Bubs hanging out with Bubs involved in the whole Hebrew operator, Stabby Shade, and 420 like inner circle at the time, and then you had Drag Classy Diamond Tart. Okay, that was her second, at least I don't know what. That was her crush after COVID's. See, after she ran with Dulcie Betty. And all her bullshit lies that she told on COVID's. Now listen, COVID's done a lot of shit too. Sure he has. But, I mean, at least I'll give this to the guy. He owned it. Him and I talked privately a couple times in the past. Not any time recent. But he owned his shit. He says, yeah, I did do all that to you. Yeah, I did. Yes, I did. And he owned it. I'm like, okay, cool. At least you own it. You're not trying to sugarcoat it, and backtrack this shit. Yeah, you did do that. Yes, you did. One thing I cannot stand. Hello, Liliana. Silly Rabbit Lady Die. One thing I cannot stand is when these mofos act like they're all the big and bad and high almighty. All that in a freaking bag of chips. That it's so easy to smash all their chips to pieces. But what these people do, like 420, like Black Rose, they act like they're all that. They do, and they're just not. And I'm going to tell you how and why. Because when they can't win one up on you, what do? Well, when they get mad at you, what do? What they do is they go find out, they figure out who your worst enemies are and who your friends are. That's what they do. And then they go play second fiddle. They play both sides of that coin, and they try to get everyone to pit it against you. That's what they try to do. Black Rose learned that from Huckleberry, no doubt, no absolute doubt, none. 420, she learned a lot of her weak trolling techniques from Hebrew Operator, because she hung around here longest time. Once again, 420 didn't start making content on Hebrew Operator or on 420 until she did. The reason that she did that again was to defend Hebrew Operator. That's why she started making videos. It wasn't because of her. It was to defend him. And then those two had a fallout. Could anybody see this writing on the wall here? Well, I'll tell you, I sure as shit did. I absolutely did. I remember when Huckleberry was starting all of her shit up with the Lisa B and Allie, Rainbow, and everybody involved in that little circle there. Rick Rude starting his shit up. But, Rick Rude can't scratch the surface of what Huckleberry, the damage Huckleberry did. Can't. He absolutely cannot. And there was a big fallout there, a big breakup. And then, as luck would have it, lightning striking the same place twice, the band started getting back together again. It's just like Black Rose on Lisa B's as her co-host, making sure that her views stay down below 20. Okay? That bitch is doing her no justice whatsoever. She got 0.0 personality on her at all. She nuked Silly Wabbit's channel because there was obviously all this incriminating shit against her of things she said, doxes that she did on his channel. I mean, stop me when I lie here. Stop. Why else would she take his channel down? That and when she got pissed off at him for not doxing News Now Preston and his entire bloodline, that is, yes. Black Rose collects all kinds of doxes. Yes, she does. But nobody out here has a problem with that now, do they? Now, I remember getting accused of doing that shit myself, even though I didn't do that, because I have a 3 terabyte server. Remember that? I do. I do remember that. Yes, I do. And that's all select rage. People manufacture drama is what that is. It absolutely is. Now, stop me when I lie. So, I'm sorry. Misery does love company. Yes, it does. These bitches are on YouTube. They are so vested in YouTube. That's all they do. They sprinkle this shit on their coffee in the morning, and they sprinkle it like pepper on their pizza at night. That's what they do. I don't give a shit about any of this. You guys know this. You guys know me. But as far as the inner circle of these people goes, it doesn't. These people are best friends one minute, and then they're worst enemies the next minute. And then what I've seen in these Discord VC leaks coming out is there's people on here that they're putting on a play for you, for all of us. They're sitting there talking to each other in Discord like they're besties, and then you see them on YouTube panels sitting there duking this shit out. That's what it's all scripted. In other words. Not all of it is, but a shit ton of it is, yes. Wasn't it Raz Illusion out here that once said, now he flipped to the bird side. Now, see how that didn't work out for him now, did it? Anyways, he said once, though, and I do agree with him, however, is he said, listen, trust no one out here, and then after a while, don't even trust yourself. In other words, he was what he was referencing is don't get too complacent on here. Do not do that. Anyways, I've seen him kind of emerge here and there on a few Panelverse channels, but he popped up on. He's been on Katie's chat. I've seen him there before, but he's definitely not hanging out in the places he used to. But because I remember he took Birdside when he had a big fallout with all the shit show people and all that. But I mean, you know. So, anyways, where are we at here? Well, he's already put his shit out there. It's on his channel. Everybody knows who he is. The Preston guy. Yeah, he's. You can go to his channel and I think I haven't been on his channel in a minute. But he put out some of his own records and shit on his tab. A lot like that psychotic. That's putting it vague and lightly. That K9 complete moronic, brains fried, absolute Nimrod. I already said that. Idiot. Village idiot. There you go. But I'm sure Decatur, Illinois is really glad to have him. And that's information he's put out. He put his own birth certificate. Guy's such an idiot. But I could not have him. He got blocked by a managing mod. Just like, Trump said got blocked for making over 180 references to kids in my chat for over 2.5 hours straight. That did happen, and that wasn't that long ago. So I'm like, yeah, this shit's getting old. And these are the people. These are the ones that you see him, just like that bedtime clown Squawk Box. I call him the loudmouth schnook of YouTube. You remember that character? I sure shit do. I mean, this is the dude who comes on my channel and starts talking about PDFs and all this bullshit. He's trying to use it as a gotcha, but it just doesn't work. It never worked. It didn't work for these guys when they called me a PDF file for over 2 years. So it makes you think calling me a PDF simp is going to work in your favor either. But I'm sitting here going like, why are you guys you're the ones coming out here and getting on my channel and dropping comments about that shit, not me. And why is that? Why that is always your go-to. Why are you guys even talking about that shit? I don't talk about that shit on my channel. I will call you out for talking about that shit, and then sitting there trying to use that as a gotcha with me. But once again, I don't talk about that shit. You guys talk about that shit. Not you guys. You guys know what I'm talking about. These people. Anyways, it's like you're sitting there calling out people for shit that you're doing on the internet, and not me. And he gets mad every time I call him out I call his bluff on that shit, and continue to stay mad. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Guy's got a dead ass channel anyways. Wife blocked me on over 3 years ago, or what the fuck ever it was. I mean, these are some hard ass mofos out here, guys. These are some hardcore keyboard warriors. And that's because these people like to talk shit on their channels, and then they block you off. They block you. And they're not going to let you up there and talk unless they got at least 2 or 3 other people to go to bat for them. So as their backup. Patriot Defense in the house. Yes, she did. And she sits there and denies that today. She calls you a liar. She called you a liar. Just the other day, she's calling you a liar. Take what Wabbit said. The liar. Why isn't everybody else is a liar but her? Why is it these bitches get on here and they sit there and scream everybody's a liar, and there's no context to it? Nothing. And just because you say shit about someone does not make it true. I got a screenshot with Bedtime Clown sitting there talking about saying, Abe was in VC recording Tonic and Sales sleeping. I have a secret source who told me that. Okay, Bedtime Clown, let's fork over the receipts. Let's see what you got. Come on there, let's do it. Because I wasn't at VC, not you. Just like that Lady Di panel 4 years ago that you were not a part of, but I sure was. Yeah, I was. I got on that panel about, I don't know, was it like an hour or something into it? Yeah, I did. And he's sitting there saying, wow, Abe, Abe's got something to hide, obviously, because he won't make that thing public because he screen recorded the thing and admitted to it. Yeah, so obviously he's torching the records. He's hiding from bitch. Once again, that entire live stream from about 2 or 3 minutes tops in, which is only like the intro to that thing, was on my backup channel for a year and a half. And over 100, I think it was 198 or 99 people clicked it at least to watch it. Yeah, they did. And then I even recorded the part when the 20 minutes or so that I got on that panel and put a second video up. And that sat there just as long, just because you're a lazy dumbass, didn't go there and download or record it. That's called a you problem, not a me problem. So, again, that's some cheap-ass mofo shit. You're trying to go at me over you're trying to rewrite history over something that did not happen the way even remotely you accounted it as 4 fucking years ago on YouTube. So there is that, BTC, bitch. Oh, I swear to God, these people. Oh, I got you, Abe, because, this is how this went down. Just take my word for it. That's how it went. I wasn't there, but that's how it went down. That's how it happened. I don't take anybody's word for shit out here. I never have. Nobody. Why? Because people will sit there and tell a story, and then the artifacts eventually come out, and it tells an entirely different story than the biased naysayers of the people they're trying to call out even remotely had made claim to. Like, for example, 420 Moon. 420 Moon sat there and said Stabby doxed her kids for over 7-8 months on here. That's not what happened. And I'm the one who brought that out. I exposed that. Yeah, I did. And then some other dude, who I don't know who the fuck this guy is, and I do not care, comes into Lisa B's chat and says, well, that's funny, because I was looking at the entire chat the entire, the entire discussion, the threaded, it wasn't like a VC thing, back and forth, DMs, there you go, Discord DMs, and there was no mention of 420 Moon's family at all. Not at all. So, listen, if that be true, and I have not seen her recount that, then there's no possible way that Stabby did that. That's my point. Even if she asked for it. Now, if you were honest and said, well, she asked for it, she tried to get it, but did not get it, then I would say, yes, you are being absolutely, totally honest. If that's what happened. That would be better than her saying she's a child doxer, as she's been saying for over and over, and as painting herself as a professional. But you're the ones that reeled your family in this by saying, well, my family's in grave danger. Why are you still on here then? Why were you hanging out with the very people that you said doxed your family to begin with? That makes no sense at all. Would anybody who with half of a brain cell be hanging out with people that they are saying doxed their family and their kids? Nobody would be doing that. I mean, there might be a couple, people that are just complete blatant idiots that would do something like that. But somebody like her has been screaming that for the longest time. Now, and then she said, well, there's Abe, there's Stabby's shining white knight. Oh, am I? No. 420 started her shit with me. I didn't start shit with her. She wasn't even a thought on my mind until she started poking the bear, and the bear came charging back. It's got nothing to do with Stabby shade at all. Not at all. I've came out here and said that Stabby Shed did some fucked up foul shit to you too. But I'm just simply calling her out, saying doxing her kids is not one of them. That's not what she did. Even my 420's own admission. So who's being honest about who? Who is who's the keeper of the truth out on this one? Who's the keeper of truth? Why'd you retract your message? Sweet so delicious. Oh, God, I tell you. Anyways, these people, I very seldom use the term narcissist because even in my college studies, there's like less than 0.4% of the world's population that's even been diagnosed with that. But there are people on here that, yes, I would say would, in my life experience, there you go, my life experience, of socializing with people, whatever the fuck that means, or doesn't mean, suggests that there are some serious narcissists out here, or at least severe personality disorders, and definite inbreds of each other. Yes, totally. See, Bird's a cop caller. Yes, he proved that just the other day in a video he did for like 20 minutes or something like that. When he supposedly, I say supposedly because you never know, you can fake phone calls. It's easy enough to do. If you know somebody who's gonna answer the other end and play role play with you, that they're like the U.S. attorney or what is it, U.S. probation offices or whatever's agent, you're actually speaking to on the phone, you're really actually not. It could be a psyop. Then again, it might be the real deal. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, well, the thing about Cain is, Cain did not deserve what he got, but he definitely egged it on. Abso-freaking-lutely yes. When Squishy doxed him, he challenged her to do that, if my memory serves me right, and she ultimately said, "Okie dokie, you got it," and went and did it. And then of course, when he was on panel 111, sitting there saying, "Well, then call my job," and 111 ultimately did. So, you kind of had that coming. Yes, he did. Yeah, he absolutely did. Did he deserve it? No, absolutely, he did not. But you can't say, well, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything to egg this on. No, I didn't. But he did. Yes, he did. John, who is it? The Hillbilly Man came. He came on my chat the other week, and he had a lot of He dropped one single comment. One comment. It was directed at you and nobody else, and he was defending like Rick Crude in that one. I'm going like, Rick Crude's a fucking idiot. His brain cells were fried on the cocaine years ago. Had to be heroin, whatever kind of drugs this dude got into as part of as a drug runner for the Mexican drug cartel, and all the other shit that he said he did and never did, of course. But I honestly think he was just born that way, to tell you the truth. What do you think, TOS? Was Rick Crude born that way? Was this God's way of humoring us? Was it the accident? What caused somebody to become is stupefied, and that's a new word I'm coining up here today on this very channel, stupefied, as he is. I don't know, don't want to know. I could care less what he has to say about anybody. It's irrelevant. It's when Rick Crude gets on here, it's the same sad song every time he comes on here. Nothing new. And he'll never be able to live up to, and I'll always, every chance I get, I'll always mention this. The fact that he called Homeland Security investigations on Lady Di and myself for impersonating officers on YouTube. What else did he say? He said the CERT team never existed. We were never on it. There was nobody known as Don Gasparini, Sheriff Don Gasparini, or Emergency Coordinator Denny Lally ever existed. They were like shadow people or something. You're our invisible friends. He was bitching about the Plainfield tornado. So it's like, okay, are you calling these people to try to put on like a weather class seminar for these guys, or what's the deal here? Do you think they're gonna give a rat's ass about any of that shit? No, they're not. They could care less. Union break. Anyways, I swear to God, not at him. And it's very tempting to make those videos public again, but I don't want them getting taken down because his bitch ass is going to file privacy strikes and all of that. I've already got all of it downloaded and backed up, but this is stuff I uploaded to my channel over 3 years ago. So there is that. Let's see. HSI, does HSI investigate tornadoes? I don't believe they do. I think they've got a little bit more higher priorities on their agendas. They've got a lot more meat on their plate to have to contend with, to cut open, to chop up to little pieces and devour, such as, I don't know, human and drug trafficking, terrorists like ISIS, domestic terrorism. They get involved in like major drug running and shit like that too. And God knows what else. But I don't think investigating tornadoes is at the top of the list. No, but I'm not them. I don't speak for them. Maybe they did open a major investigation on the Plainfield tornado that happened 36 years ago. I have no idea. Well, coming up on 36 years ago. Almost 36-year anniversary of that. Shout out to D7. Who's D7? Free Iran. Iran from Iran. So what else? But yeah, I'm just going like, when I turn on YouTube, I don't give a shit what was about. I don't even watch my own panels that were 3-4 years ago because I just don't care. I already know. I was there. I lived them. I don't need a rerun of this show. There's just no need for it. I know the stuff is still on my channel. Some of it's public. Most of it's not. But again, I mean, who cares? What is this mute Golden Eyes thing? Golden Eyes. Now, she does come around my channel once in a while and say hi. But you've got it out for her. I noticed that. Anyways, Golden Eyes never done me any wrong, so never done me any foul. In fact, she's one of the ones who actually was a voice out here that said, "Listen, I mean, why are we icing this guy out, quote unquote?" And that was before Rebel started using it, because you heard me using it a long time ago. You know, why are we sitting here? Everybody gets to talk shit about him, but he doesn't get a chance to even defend himself. And I agree with that. I do. Why shadowbox somebody off your channel when you're sitting there talking mad shit about them? What do you think, Donald Trump? What do you think? Well, I'm there. I got you covered. DT, I got you. I got your 6. Anyways, you're 12 and you're 6 too. And you're 3 o'clock and you're 9 o'clock. I got all angles covered. Yes, I do. AYF, what's going on? How's it going in the house today? Now, go back to Bird for just a second. I'm just like, this dude cannot take it. He can't. He has complete meltdowns on here. And he starts making phone calls and all this shit. I'm going like, Bird, you couldn't even survive a quarter of the shit these people were saying about me, as long as they were. You couldn't handle it. You can't handle the shit you're getting tossed now. And much deserving at that. But I'm just going like, dude, all someone's got to do is talk shit about you, and you kick your live stream, and you start running your mouth. Stream sniping them, replaying them, all of that. I mean, Jesus Christ, he's such a wussy. He's an absolute wuss. He's a wimp. Wimpy, man. Wimpy peanut butter. I'm going for the crunchy every time. Hell, super crunchy. But man, I mean, again, I'm not going to go over everything that people said and did to me out here, but I'm just going like, did you see me doing that? No, I didn't do that. I went live when I felt like going live. I didn't go live in a mad dash for cash. complete rage. That's not what I've never done that. Never done that. I go live when I'm good and ready, like right now. I felt like going live this morning, so I just did. I mean, people talk shit about me for over 3 years on here. That's all they did. That's all they did. And they would block me off their channels. Yes, they did. Because they're wimps. So there it is. That's a very good question, Wabbit. And there's a lot of theory behind that. One of the main theories is he's got a lot of dirt on her that she does not want him putting out. Is a possibility. The tag team trolling that they do together because they can't do it alone. Then they use Paulie. Listen, where else do they have to go? Where else do they got to go except Paulie Krispies? Now, Bird went live like last night for a little while, trying to compete with Joey. And I mean, he only brought in like 30 some people in there. Hell, I've got 15 in here now. But he didn't have exactly a huge crowd in there. I think at some point he got 40 some watchers. So he's definitely got an audience in there for, yeah, I'll give him that. But I mean, it's not like he's a super mega star on YouTube. I mean, his channels, the channels that got nuked were never that big. They never reached those kind of levels. They just didn't. And that was kind of a problem. Well, 303 had like 13,000 subs on his channel before Bird nuked that channel. Blame Katie. She had like 6.42 or 24, over 6 grand subs on her channel, most of which she got from Cyrex, community. Bring in Chance up there and all that shit. Which only, came back to bite her in the ass later multiple times. But ultimately, Bird's only took her channel down. Just like Rose took Wabbit's channel down. You see where I'm going with that? Well, again, I just call stuff out for her shit, her fuckery. I mean, that's why I told Kane. I tagged Kane. He ignored it. I know he saw it, but he ignored it. I'm going like, Kane, you're out here speaking out here, once again, trying to act on behalf of kids everywhere. And kudos to you for doing that, my guy. But you do realize you're hanging out. You got 2 people on your channel that ran a server called Corporal Punishment that everybody's kids and their pictures and their schools they went to dox is in it. And the 2 of them are pointing fingers at each other to who did the most amount of damage in that server. As far as I'm concerned, it don't matter. It don't matter. Both ran on it. So he's the one that put that out there, not her. She's the one who ran the Corporal Punishment stock account. She admitted that. So these are not exactly, goody two shoes. Anyone out here to school anyone, on the moral compass of how we should and shouldn't act out here. So, I mean, I tagged him in it, and we'll see if the next time he goes live, if he'll bring that up or not. I mean, I'll give the dude the benefit out. Maybe he didn't know anything about it. Maybe he didn't. Maybe Kane didn't know anything about that Corporal Punishment server. Maybe not. Somebody had to bring that to my attention, that there was kid doxes in that server. I didn't know that. I had no clue until they brought some. They know who they are, and they know who they are. But again, if you haven't seen him back on here since, not on my panel. I haven't done any panels in a while. Why should I even do panels? I mean, I like getting on here and just providing my own commentary. I can go for hours and hours and hours and hours. I don't even get on here. It's just like when I used to battle people on the panels and shit like that, man. You didn't see me reeling anybody else in or going to people's enemies, or their friends, trying to make enemies out of them, with them and all that, trying to pit people against each other. I didn't do that kind of shit. To me, that's a bitch move in itself. No, when I got on panels with people, it was me versus all of them by myself. And I'll do it again, but I just don't feel like it. There's no argument to be had there. Abe was a fake cop. Abe was mom's basement. That's the same bullshit. That's all these, and then you got guys like Bedtime Clown there who talk nothing about, all he does is talk about PDF files on his channel. Look, don't take my word for it. And that's all he's got. He comes back to me, calls me. The only reason these mofos do this kind of shit by calling everybody else PDF supporters simps, as arbitrarily defined and used, subjectively, of course, is because that's their way of calling you a PDF without calling you PDF. Does that make sense? That's why they do what they do. Yes, I am absolutely still talking. I got at least 20 minutes to go, and then I'm going to get out of here. But, abso-freaking-lutely, yes. She said some horrific things about people's kids on here that I will not repeat. And these are all people that got people. Bedtime Clown used to hang out with her. Sure he did. All these people used to hang out with her. Flying Monkey did. Black Rose is still her friend. All these mofos. Yes. And you will not see or hear of one of them call that shit out for what it actually is. It was all part of hate bonding. I put up a screenshot of the Music Brad flipping me the bird, giving me the finger, after getting timed out profusively in that guy's channel, about 3 years ago, with Flying Monkey and Bedtime Clown and Evil Terry and Dragon Classy Drama Tart on there. Again, among his haters. Huckleberry got on there. Sure she did. Black Rose jumped on there. All these people jumped on there. They flooded that guy's channel like flies. They absolutely did. Because it was a hate bond. These people had nothing in common with each other then as they do not now. Absolutely nothing in common with each other other than talking shit about me, yours truly. That's all they would do. They wouldn't show any receipts. All they would do is talk shit. And that gives you a clue to the $25 question I asked the last time I went live that nobody won. Nobody won. There's a clue there to be had. Huck forced. You want to talk about that? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that bitch. Huckleberry. Okay, Rick Crude called the. Where does she live? Wherever she lives. What lived in Minnesota, right? Wherever the fuck I forget. It's been a while. And I've got a downloading. It's on my other channel where Rick Crude phoned the police department in her town when him and her had a fallout. Him and her go back and forth, friends, enemies, friends, enemies, friends. I'm sure it's all an act. I have no doubt in my mind. What's a better way to play the part of someone's friend and their enemy than to play both sides of the coin? See what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? So Huckleberry, what she did, Rick Crude did, I'm a little dyslexic. Rick Crude called her police department to bitch her out about a truck that Mr. Box truck crushed into a cube. Because the guy works at a junkyard, right? Or scrap yard. Yes, that did happen. I do have that call downloaded. Yes, I do. I absolutely do. Yes, and good morning. Good morning, 8181. So, anyways, that was his truck, just like Reaper, when her and Reaper had a fallout because he sold an old beater truck that Andy gave him, and then she bitched him out and got rid of him. I think somebody else hypothesized this, that the reason that she dumped him and got rid of him is because he looked too weak, in front of her, like being her sidekick. And that was really when Tyrant Wars collapsed. See, Bird, you got that one wrong. Just like everything else you get wrong. And then you say, oh, it was a psyop. Well, no damn psyop. It's because you're a dumbass. And you got your shit wrong. So Tyrant Wars did not, what did he say? He said that when he went after Swedish Sugar with the protective order, which he lost, and she even, unbeknownst to me, she even played a clip or two off from my old live stream when he was on here with Truthfinder UK. But my point is, he said that channel went radio silent after that happened, but that's not correct. That is inaccurate. Tyrant Wars collapsed when Huckleberry and Reaper had fallout. That's when it collapsed. Where's my buddy Nubs at out there? My conspiracy theorist. Where is he at? Reaper, yeah, he did do that. Reaper went live one night. I was up there. Lisa B. Preston, old Black Rose, of course. She's got to get her 2 cents in there too of what I don't know. Always has something about nothing to interject to that panel. Total panel furniture, like ER videos. Sorry, Earl. ER did take my side though when these people are calling me a PDF. He did do that. I'm gonna give him that. But once again, when it comes down to brass tacks here, do you think? No, Reaper was not We the People Tyrant Wars. No, he was not. Somewhere, and I've got 400 and some channels. I have the voice of the real Tyrant Wars, but I don't know what channel it's on. It's going to take me a year to fucking find it. So, but yes, they did a video one night. They forgot to turn on their voice disguiser. But you got to remember one thing here, people. There was more than one person that did that voice. There was more than one person. The linguistics or the tone of voice used by the later person was very different. It was more toned down, more flat, if you will. And it didn't start out with all the same shit as the original one did. No. And if you also let's see, Golden Boy, you're a gamer. You oughta. I mean, if you did not notice that the original Tyrant Wars videos, when they were showing video game replay, was in a different language. It was in Espanol. It was not in English. Somebody else pointed that out to me, actually. I didn't notice that myself. So I'd have to go find. I don't know where that video is. I haven't even watched that video in years. But they took that video down pretty quick, and then they re-upped it again using the voice disguiser. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even recognize who the person is. I have no idea who that person is. It's a guy who sounds kind of tubby. He's in like a hollow room. So it's like, it sounded like he was using a shitty ass microphone is what it sounded like. But I did not recognize that voice as anybody out here that we all know. I don't know who that person was. And that's the honest to God's truth. I sat and listened to that thing over and over and over again. I sent it to a software engineer friend of mine, to try to clean it up a little bit. And he did what he could with it. And I don't know who the fuck that person was. That was the original Billy Bob at Tyrant Wars. I do not know who that person is this day. If I did, I would flat out tell y'all. I think I have a clue who it possibly might be, but I haven't heard enough of that person's audio I am not an audio sound engineer. Do not take me for I am not. But I don't know if that's that person or not. I don't think so though, no. But anyways, sometime when I got time, I'll see if I can find it. I put it on private. It's on some other channel. Bird really wanted it, obviously, for obvious reasons, but I guarantee he wouldn't even recognize who that person was either. Now, Bird tried to blame some retired detective female in the Bronx who owned like a doll shop or something like that, as being as them, and no, that whoever that person was, it had nothing to do with it. He doxed some dude who some guy made a comment about wanting to go after auditors on some review, and it turned out to be some kind of big troll or some shit like that. No, that was not them either. No. So anyways, I have no idea. The channel's dead now, and I don't know why somebody hasn't tried to decode the audio from the voice disguiser that they've got on their old videos now. You'd have to look at their last series set of videos versus some of their earlier videos, because you're going to have two different people on there at least. Anyways, I remember when it was supposedly Good Guy Audits was the voice of Billy Bob, and his voice does sound very familiar to that original one. I mean, but again, it's a voice disguiser, and the guy's got a Bronx kind of an accent. So, whether it's him or not, I don't know. I have no idea. Was he involved in the group or not? It could be. I don't know. What I can tell you, since we're talking about this, is We the People Tyrant Wars came from Speakeasy's Discord server. And before you go after the Canadian rapper who, boxer, rapper, whatever, I think he's still alive right now, actually. He was supposed to meet with some guy in Texas and have a MMA fight or some kind of mutual combat kind of thing. And the guy had a gun or something, and he decided, no, I'm not going to go meet this dude if he's armed. But, I mean, the Bird's been known to be armed, right? But, anyways, where was I driving with that? But, Tyrant Wars came from, the server itself is called Speakeasy, but it's not Escape with Speakeasy. It's nothing to do with that guy at all. I'm talking about Merb, the lawyer from California. His server. That's where Unpopular Kids came from, UPK. It is where Tyrant Wars came from, and some other groups came from also as well. The Watchdogs came from that server too. So is it possible that one of those groups might have been the creators of that group? I mean, it's definitely a distinct possibility. Anti-auditors and all that kind of shit. I mean, the channel was started to go after Rick Crew to begin with. He was their numero uno target. Their first community post was on the Silicon Valley police station audit, California. That whole fiasco. Yes, Merb. That's his servers where all that shit came from. Not Merb. You got to remember, Merb's the one. Merb's the one who told these people to get out of his server for doxing, putting out documents with doxes and shit in his server. He's the one that told these people to knock that shit off or get lost. But the people that started those groups were originally in that server. Yes. Don't take my word for it. Ask around. Ask around. Ask around. Anyways, dead channel anyway, so who gives a shit? But, anyways, where are we at here in this morning's enchanting, enlightening conversational piece? I do have their first community posts, and I have their, their about page. I got a lot of shit on my 3 terabyte server about them, yes, but the guy Nizzle comes to mind. Teresa Richard nuked the original Tyrant Wars channel because they did a very disgusting, foul, suggestive, like sexual content type video, going at her. So she successfully took that channel down. Then they made their next channel and this is fucking 9 years ago almost. This is a long time ago, man. This is 2018. 2018. It's almost 2027. So, we got a time warp again. So there is that. Yes, Merb. The Tyrant Wars in Unpopular Kids and all these fucking anti-otter groups. The Watchdogs, and they all came from his server. The people that formed those groups were originally in his server. Yes, they were. Salty Rant did with her. Oh yeah, Salty Rant was one. Well, you gotta remember, Bird and Salty were were arch nemesis enemies. Yes, and then they became friends after that. I guess if you can call it that. And Salty went after Teresa for over 4 fucking years. Yes. Bird did the same damn thing. Yes, he did. Bird copycatted a lot of Salty's like ways of going at her early on. I remember this. I do. But again, this is a long time ago, and I don't care what you say about Teresa Richard's a very strong woman. She's definitely an alpha. She's an alpha. She can definitely fend for herself. She's more than proven that. I had never had a problem with her. Her and I didn't kick it off. Her and I did not hit it off well at all. We did not start out well at all. I think she thought I was on the attack with her or something, and I wasn't. And I could get where she could see that. I could get where she would think that. But, I've got nothing to say about her. Nothing. Remember Cindy Renee? You remember Dr. Pepper, Teapot girl, Aquarium bitch? Remember, that's Nevaeh. That was Nevaeh. Nevaeh may know a thing or two about Tyrant Wars herself, but you'd have to go ask her about that, not me. But, it's like these people. I'm trying to remember who the guy was that got up on Poor Dirt Farmer's panel. who used the with Tyrant Wars helper their account with their like that clown face on there. I want to say I want to point the finger at Nubs, but I'm not sure if it was him or not. I've got screenshots of it, but unfortunately I don't have any video. I don't know if that one's still on his channel or not. Naven was on that panel. And there was only like 4 of them on there. And Too Tall Rob, I think it was him, and I'm not sure though, guys. I don't want to put words out that I don't know are accurate or not. So I don't know if it was Nubs or not, but I would love to sit and talk to him. I always want to talk to him. I heard he's a hell of a conspiracy theorist, and that's perfect. That's perfect. I would love to talk to Nubs. Huckleberry Free, I would love to talk to Nubs. What is this channel called? He's got no content on there, but I've got a link to his channel. It's called Nubs something. And definitely a subscriber, a fan. But he would be a fun one. He would be a fun one to have up on a panel. Yes, he absolutely would. I don't care what anybody says. He's an interesting kind of guy, character out here, and we're like Huckleberry or Black Rose. They're just completely dead personalities. There is no personalities, these wackadoodles at all. Nothing. There's nothing there. There's a light on in the attic, but there's nobody home. Nobody. I'll never forget the time Huckleberry was stoned as all shit on ER Video's panel, and COVIDs came on there. And he just started to call her out for everything that she did from day one. And she just sat there, and she didn't have much to say. She got angry and started doxing his family members, is what she did. She'd like dox his dad and people in his family and shit. And that's what these hoes do when they get angry. And they can't win. And you call them out, you call their bluff, you call them out for their shit. And there's nothing they have to say. There's nothing what do they say in return? Because it's all, they know it's true. They absolutely do. But anyways, I tell you, very high egos. Very high egos. So anyways, no, he did not date Huck. That did not happen. But anyways, where are we at here? Huckleberry got Tyrant Wars. Did Tyrant Wars start going after him after that whole thing, didn't they? I think they did. And the Tonic, I think they started, the Tyrant Wars went after Joey Vegas Valley after she and went to Vegas and stood in front of the courthouse saying, show up, bitch, show up, pull up, And then she got Tyrant Wars to go after him. She got Tyrant Wars to go after me. Because, again, if she's all high and mighty out here and undefeatable, then why the hell does she got to use a anonymous Windows 95, template with a 2017 Walmart Halloween mask as a dark clown face, which is exactly what that is. Which, by the way, Reaper used to wear that mask on us. Did you guys know that when Reaper used to go live, he used to wear that mask a long time ago? People tried to call me out on that until they found out it was actually true. People have that shit archived. So I don't know. Call it a cake. But yes, he did. He did. He wore that very mask on his own channel. Let's see. What else? I don't know. There's not much else going on here. I just got in here to shoot the shit a little bit. But, Paulie Crispy's last, the last standing channel, aside Bird's Own. Steph doesn't go live no mo since she got her 2 channels nuked. Bird only goes live on the fly. He doesn't get as big an audience, generally speaking, as Paulie gets a much bigger audience on his channel than he does. At least from personal observations in recent times. Let's see, who else? Kane has been hosting them. That's their next level up, I guess. Is Kane's It's called Kane's Live Streams. He's not going live on his Kane's comedy channel, but he's going live on that channel. I will drop a link to his channel in my community tab, but I did actually tag him the other day, and if you go to there, you can click it, and that'll take you right to his channel. But that's where he's been going live, and some of the usuals get up there, and he gets a pretty decent crowd. I'll give him that. He gets a pretty good crowd in there. He does. I mean, sure as shit a lot more than I do. So there's that too. I'm not doing panels, but Cindy Renee, I don't know. Cindy Renee's still around. I mean, she's still out there. She's got Jamie's Spit Cups. She had a crush on him. She used to come on my channel when I'd say that shit about her and get all kinds of mad. I'm like, Cindy, come on up here and take a link. She used to get in my panels once in a blue moon, once in a great while. That's exactly what it is, Wabbit. Is he monetized on that channel still? I mean, COVID's lost his monetization. I got holy hell for that guy losing his monetization. I had nothing to do with it. That was Wild German dude. Wild German lady is the one who demonetized him. Yes, she did. She copyrighted him for stream sniping her and all that. I had nothing to do with that. I have never copyright struck a soul on my entire life on this platform. Never copyrighted a one, not near a once. And that's not, I don't care. I have literally advertised people to reuse my content. I have been sitting here screaming at 420 Moon to make 200 videos about me, and she won't do it. So there's that. But no, she won't do it. She is stuck on Stabby Shade. That is her numero uno. The MC of her channel, Master of Ceremonies of her channel, is Stabby Shade. But to call for a point of parliamentary procedure out here, you do realize that 420 didn't start doing video content on Stabby until her and Hebrew had a fallout. When Hebrew ghosted her, yeah, he did, when he got that laptop from her and all of that. And then 420 started making videos. I remember Hebrew telling 420 specifically to stop making videos in his defense. Do y'all remember that? Yes, I do. Is he out here? If he's out here somewhere, I'd ask him straight up. You remember when he said that? But that's the reason 420 started making videos about Stabby. That's when she started. And again, correct me if I'm wrong. Stop me in a lie. Cross my heart, hope to die. Stick a needle in my eye. Yeah, she did. Yes, she did. She don't have much to say about that today. No, she don't. She got mad because 420 got mad at Hebrew. From what I understand, is because she caught Hebrew was still talking to Stabby. Am I right about that? You. Hebrew she got angry because Hebrew was still talking to you. Am I right? And recorded you guys back, or got a recording of you guys, not you. Oh yeah, you guys talking. He was talking to you backstage. Yes, you absolutely were. You guys were. Yes. And she got angry over it. Yes, Dragon Classy felt left out in this whole thing. Even Andrew called her out. I got that clip. I clipped that shit before he made that private. One of Andrew's last live streams that he did in recent times, he said, I believe Dragon Classy was jealous and had a crush on Hebrew, and in that he did say that, and boy, she got pissed. She got up on his panel and started screaming at him. Remember when she got on what was it, Spit Cop, or was it a shit show? I don't remember which one it was, and she started screaming at the top of her lungs at me. Nobody wants you, Abe! Nobody wants you! Leave the community! Leave the community! Bitch! This ain't your community. If this ain't my community, sure as shit ain't yours, bitch. Oh my, I swear to God. She used to be friends with Huckleberry. There's still $100. I got $100 on the person that can come to me and tell me that the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you Google about why it is that Dragon Classy and Huckleberry had a fallout. Hillbilly Man was in my chat last week. Was it last? Yeah, it was last week. And I asked in the chat, I said, I will give him $100. Who better to ask than the actual source? Go directly to the source. The Dino's mouth. I want to know why Hillbilly Man and Huckleberry had their fallout before Draggy Classy and Huckleberry had their fallout next. And that's if any of y'all know the answers to both of it, there's $200 to your name right now. I have a little shoebox in my closet, and there's $200 in cash in there. And I have it sitting there on reserve because I want to know all about it. All about it. What happened between them? What caused those fallouts? Inquiring minds want to know, and I'm sure as shit going to put that out. You know I will. I'll do a panel reserved for the person that knows all the secrets about that, to put that public, so we can all watch it together, and we can learn the truth. The truth be told shall set you free. May God have mercy on our souls. Well, sometimes I question whether, everybody out here has souls or not. But just saying. His AI docs his workplace. That's funny. That's funny. But anyways, these are stories that need to be told. They need to be told. And that's just that. That is just that. Okay? That's it. I want to know the truth. And I don't want to hear the bullshit. I don't care about gaslighting and dogpiling panels. I could care less. I turn that shit off when I'm at work because I got my earbuds on and I'm in a noisy room anyway. And so when I'm in there, I don't want to hear everybody just scream at the top of their lungs at each other, I can't hear anybody talking anyway. So why even I turn that shit off and I go somewhere else. Right, Sam Hill American? Terry's been going live again and the tree is falling down. It's every time that tree's falling down and it doesn't make a sound because there's nobody around to hear it. If a tree falls and it doesn't make a sound, for everything else, there's Terratopia 10.0. Now, Terratopia was gaining some stomping grounds. Are you out there, Prime? Mark your bingo cards. Terratopia was gaining some traction there when he was covering Save Robbie. And Save Robbie struck back. Robbie struck back. And then Terratopia wiped the slate clean of his entire channel. And he didn't go live for over a month over that. And I caught him on Andy Cruz's panel, whimpering and whining and pitching and crying all about it one night. I'm like, yep, I knew it. And I was at work. I'd have clipped it if I wasn't at work. Shiva, I tagged him on one of my backup channels. I wish nothing but the best for the man. I know he's a UPK lord. And that's, all that set aside. I do wish the man well, and I hope that he gets help. I think he's just kind of lashing out for help, and he just doesn't know where to turn, and it's sad. He's got, and I am kind of projecting that. I do realize this, but I just wish him the best, and I hope he's going to be okay. I hope he's all right today, and I hope we hear from him soon. I do mean that. Global Reporter is not Tonic or Golden Boy Reports. Everybody mixes these two up all the time. They're not the same person. Now, Global Reporter, I even butcher that shit up, calling him Golden Reporter. But Global Reporter 1 is not Golden Boy Reports. They're not the same person. So you're talking to a different dude. Just so you know. No problem. It's a common denominator with those two. People mix them up all the time. And I don't know. Whoever's behind Golden, whoever you are, Golden Reporter. I've heard people call you Tonic. I've heard people call you COVIDs. I don't know who you are. You know who you are, and that's all that counts. It's all that matters. But whoever you are, you are You are not him. No, you're not Tonic. You don't even talk like him in the chat. Not even close. You two talk nothing alike as far as how you type. You type nothing alike. Maybe you do talk alike. I don't know. I've never heard your voice. I'll do a panel if you'd like to come up sometime and hang out. Yes, that is correct. Tonic was falsely. Yes, he was falsely accused. Yes, he was, and that was unfair to him. Even when Tonic was not a fan of mine, I was very, very outspoken about that. Yes. So he knows. Listen, I talk about shit that people did to me all the time, and it's not an undercut or a downplay to what anybody else out here has been through themselves. I have always said, show of hands, how many people have been accused of that, of the fruit grape? How many people have been accused of being called a pedophile? Show of hands. Literally everyone in the chat would drop ones. Literally. I mean, it's overkilled out here, and it's like crying wolf. And that does a disservice out here in any of these communities, because when someone like that really does come along, everyone just shrugs it off. They're just like, yeah, whatever. We've heard this before. That's why Joey was about that Beware Mouse, who's actually a PDF on paper. Yes, he is obviously having doubts about it because he hasn't seen it. He doesn't know anything about. He knows a little bit about it, the history, but doesn't really know it. So that is a prime example of when you really do have somebody that is on paper like that, and then people are chanting that in the chat over and over and over again. He's not buying into it totally because it's an overkilled word out here. It's been way overused. Sky something is his channel, is Shiva, and I'm not going to go into any details about that. I know what you're talking about last night. Somebody sent me the link to that, and I hope that he's okay. I left him a comment in one of his videos, just telling him to just sleep it off. I like the guy. I do. He's part of UPK. UPK has fucked with me for the longest time, but all bullshit set aside. If someone who's in crisis in real world, like that, I hope for the best for the guy, and I do wish him well. He's been through a lot of shit, and I get it. I understand it. Terry Topia has been through a lot of shit. I'm not downplaying that. He just chose an avenue of getting on here and disowning all of his old friends who actually cared about him, and just having a complete meltdown. He was in a complete downward spiral for literally half a fucking year on this platform. Yes. He kind of paid himself into a corner, and that's why he caught him hanging on Poon's Poon's very last panel he did before he died. There's Terry Topia on there for like 3 freaking hours. So Terry Topia kind of ran out of places to go himself. Kind of like Stephen Bird. The only places they got to go is on Polly Crispy's, or now Kane's live streams is the name of his channel, Kane. I don't hate Kane. I do not hate Kane at all. I know the lore behind him enough about his. I knew when nobody else did. Nobody knew that guy started out in the panelverse. I did. I remember the very first panel Kane ever got on. So, anyways, I do. And he acknowledged that. That's how I'm like, God, this guy, the distinctive voice of this guy, I sound so familiar, and I just can't place it. And then it dawned on me that he started out on a speakeasy Friday Night Verbal Combat. That's where he started out. That's the first I ever seen or heard of him. So, anyways, Terry Topia he's very, and it's really sad for this guy. I mean, he is a hell of a co-host. He kicked some ass on the settlements panel for the longest time, more than once, twice, and I guess it wasn't good enough for him, and he thought that he could just do this thing on his own, be his own host, and it just didn't work out for him. He's just not He's just not good at it. He is very good at being a co-host. Yes, he's very good. He had to be at the top of his prime. I listen like me. I do best when I'm doing solo streams like this. It's more for me. It's more fun. I can stay focused on my topic and who I want to blast that day or talk about, whatever. Who I do my content best on solo streams. And that's because I don't have people coming out here, acting like freaking preschoolers in kindergarten. And that's not in kindergartens coming out here going, ha ha ha, he was a fake cop, he was his mom's basement. I just, 3 years of that shit. I'm like, enough's enough. I don't give a shit about any of that. That troll is old. It's done. I moved on. If that's what you want to do, then you do it. You do that on your own channel. Have fun with it. I'm done with that shit. One and done. It's over now. So again, I don't give a shit if people talk about that shit. I showed you guys like frickin' $1,600 in Motorola public safety radios. Their top line of radios at the time. Those are old, outdated radios now, but those radios were expensive as shit at the time. You got to figure that Motorola Astro Saber 3, it's called a 3 model. It's got the whole DTMF keypad display and all that shit on there. That thing cost me like I paid like $880 or just shy of $900 on that damn thing. And I bought that thing, I bought that radio 19 years ago. And the radio was made in 1992. I actually looked at the serial number, or the model number of the thing up on the computer, and the thing was made in 1992. That's a 35-year-old radio. That's an old-ass radio, man. Well, it's 34 years old. But the thing still works. I charged it up the other day, and I keyed it and made that it's called MODAT. That it's a unit ID. But that I have a shit ton of money for that. That PR 1500 radio I have, that radio I bought brand new. That was a brand new bought radio, and that radio cost me $900. Yes, it did. I bought that radio in 2009. I think it was 2009. I bought that radio. So that's a shit. Those are not little like toy store aisle walkie-talkies. Those are not Radio Shack scanners. Those are top of the line radios of their heyday. And as a volunteer on a hazmat team, I used my own funds, my own money to buy that shit. I did, and I am not selling those radios for nothing. I wouldn't get a quarter. I'd be lucky to quarter out of them when I paid into them today. I mean, shit. They don't even make them anymore. They make different ones now. So, anyways, no, do not mess with my Sammy. I like my Sam. Oh, you don't like Wabbit? Why don't you you don't like Wabbit? You guys don't get along. Anyways, Dragon or Huck. Anyways, listen. I mean, I like you both. Keep smiling. Why not? It's a happy day today. I gotta get out of here soon anyway. I got almost 26 people in here. Why, I do not know. But you're here. You're watching me. Hello. Good morning to you. Rise and shine. Rise and shine. The early bird gets the worm. Yes, it does. But, anyways. What was I gonna say? Dragon, Dragon, where is Dragon? I see her pop in like Blues lives once in a while and says hi. She'll come in channels and say hi, and that's all she'll do. She'll say hi, how you doing? Hi, what's going on? Hi there, love. Hi, love. That's a lot of these people did, and they still do. My old haters, they would just they don't have jack shit in common with each other. So the only thing they can do is get in the chat and say hi, love. Hi, love. Hi, love. What was that TV show in the 70s or 80s? Oh shit. It was not Little House on the Prairie. It was another one. But it was the I can't place it, but at the end of the show, they're like, "Good night, Mom. Good night, Dad. Good night, Sis. Good night, brother. Good night, Grandma. Good night, Grandpa." And all the lights turn out. Remember that show? What show was that? Someone help me out here. But it's like that. It's like, God, they just flood the chat with "Hi, love," you know, and it's like that's all they say. They don't say anything else. Nothing. It's again because they don't have shit. The Waltons, yes, fucking A right. The Waltons. You guys got it. Yes, that show. Yes, that's what it was. So that's literally what these chats turn in with these people. Because again, they don't have jack shit in common, other than talking shit about people like me, and I love it. I love every minute of it. I love it when people keep me relevant out here. I absolutely do. I am not gonna lie about that. For AGM, right? AGM. You know, Urban Disciples has still got me blocked on his channel. Can you believe that? He has still got me blocked on his channel. It's been over a year later. Oh, he was in a blocking. He was on a blocking rampage, vigilante style on that day. Swear to God, that's why I haven't seen me over there lately. You haven't. I have not been there. But anyways, neither here nor there. Who was it? The Detective Gomez guy. I was going to talk about him just for a minute. The Gomez guy. That wackadoo. So that guy, whatever voices he hears in his head, whatever particular day it is anyway, Blues is replaying a panel from at least 2 years ago when Gomez gets up on Rebel's panel. I remember this. I was watching it live when it was going on. And Gomez was up there. Rebel was trolling him. You could tell the whole time. Rebel didn't give a rat's ass what he had to say about Flathead and Muffin Man and all these people that he fantasizes with or talks about from the Predcatcher community. And the whole thing about this Flathead guy, Flathead Corruption Watch, was that he was some kind of a paid CI to do what the fuck ever, I don't know, and really don't care. And this is a guy that Gomez talks about, at least he used to, profusively. That and the Muffin Man. It was those two. And Fellowmon. Fellowmon is an actual guy. One of my last live streams that I actually did on my other backup channel was with him and Gomez. The panel actually went down on December 31st of 2023, to be exact. 2023. Got to roll the R there. 3. How many licks does it take to get the center of Tootsie Pop? Let's find out. 1, 2, 3. Crunch. 3. Anyways, yeah, that one. Old classic commercial it was. But anyways, so they were up on that panel, and I made that public briefly. And that was with all these guys on there. And this is a whole other side of YouTube. Crafty Cat mingles around that side. There's a guy who, what is his name? He goes by Scotty. He goes by Scott, not Scotto, who knows Shiz and all them. That's two totally different animals. They don't even know each other as far as I know. And then COVIDs, he kind of mingles on that side. Who else is over there? There's the one guy, the Army vet guy. What is his name? He's always wearing like a Bulls t-shirt and hat. Who is that guy? He goes live once in a while. I haven't seen him in a while. But they're called like the Silicon Valley crew. And these are the ones that this Gomez guy mingles with. But the reason I brought this up today, of course, is because it was like the very next day after Gomez was on Connie's panel, Rebel, that he started to. This is what Gomez is notorious for doing. And he is a bird fan. Yes, he is. Or was anyway. I don't know if they still are or not. But anyway, neither here nor there. What Gomez will do is he will get on your panel, and then the next day he will rebroadcast. He will stream snipe your entire live stream and then replay it on his channel. And then he'll put some background music or something on there. some kind of DJ sounds or whatever, some hip beats, and then he will just run it. He won't even like narrate. He just downloads or screen records, download whatever he does, records the whole thing, and then throws it back up on his own channel. And that's at least what he used to do. I don't know if he still does that or not. Probably does, but that's what got Rebel mad at him. He was like, "Oh, so you just got on my channel so you could make content out of my stream on your stream," and then Rebel would not let him back on ever again after that. I think he blocked him. If my memory serves me right, I think he blocked him. So that's a couple years ago, and I do remember this. Yes, I do. But anyways, that did happen. Yes, it did. You don't know what my name means. But anyways, let's see here. Where are we at? What is the deal with Sam Hill and Wabbit? I've told all y'all, like 420 Moon. I mean, 420 Moon didn't even cross my mind until she wanted a piece of this action, and she got it. I gave it. She wanted it. She got it, and she couldn't take it, and then she went and got Cajun Brandy to go play second fiddle for her on my channel, who never comes on my channel, and started trying to go at me, and from her own little angle, trying to play it was good cop, bad cop. That's what they were playing with me. I definitely know the score of that game. 40 love, hole in one, bowling a turkey, 3 strikes in a row, but getting a spare. Full house, a flush. Draw 4, the color is green. More like yellow. Okay, I get it. I don't know what you... But anyways, I didn't think you guys even know each other, do you? Well, I guess you do now. But my point is... what was my point? I don't know. You guys are going. I forget I was talking. I'm tired, man. Every time I come on here, I've been up for like 15, 16 hours, and I'm friggin' tired. I mean, I am tired. Yes, I am. So, anyways, where are we at here? We're at is, Rebel. Yes, Rebel. Connie. So, he called me a wussy because I wouldn't go on his channel about a month or so ago, and I didn't even know he was saying that about me until it was on Replaying Blues, and it was recent times. And then I went over to Rebel's channel because he was replaying him, and then there he is talking shit about me again. There he is, and what he did is, he was like, oh, he had to catch himself and go, oh, that's right, I've got a blocked here. Yeah, you did. He does. Yes, he does. As far as Black Rose goes, she brags about having like 80 some channels of mine blocked, and she probably does too. She grabs every link she can find on any channel she sees me at and adds it to her everlasting gobstopper of jelly beans in a jar block list. So yes, she does. Trust me, there's a lot more where that came from. I have a lot more channels than that. She has no clue what half of them are, and I don't either. I got so many channels. I got them on an Excel spreadsheet at home with password, login info, the Gmail accounts, the passwords, all of that, because there's just too many of it. I can't possibly remember them all, and I can't log into them all at the same time either. So there's that where I can easily switch back and forth. So there's that too. I have 411 channels. 411. Like I was trying to get her walker she can get online. Well, I mean, like I said, I was looking out for her interests. I told her the other week that she ought not be, my best financial advice to her is she ought not be sending donos to anybody because she lives on disability. And you're welcome. Because people like you and I work so she don't have to. So there's that. There's that. I work. I babysit. I'm like, okay. Like, prove it. Oh, you want me to show you pictures of the kids? No. Nice try of trying to out me as a PDF, PDF file. Nice try, nice go-to again, bitch. I said, no, show a paycheck stub. That's what I said to her. Show a paycheck stub. Come on, show a check somebody wrote out to you. Just blur out the blur out the account routing number and blur out their name. Just show the check. Prove it. Anyways, she's gonna try to go at me. Well, we know your job, man. We got your job. Yeah, you already did dox my job, bitch. I'm a janitor at the gosh darn post. I'm getting better at this post office, and I clean those floors in that post office and give them a good shine. So the frauders come around and talk about posters. What is it? Poster 8, poster 7. Poster 7. I buff that poster 7 sign with a high shine. I'm using turtle wax on that bitch. Turtle wax. I try to be cool. I do. Rebel's now relevant. Poor thing. Well, I mean, he wants to be so relevant out here. And he's gone live and had people in his... He's had just made people in his chat watching me now. But he wonders why is it I get so many more likes than him? Well, the reason might be because, Connie, you got somebody was blocked, that when you're blocked from a channel and you click like, it doesn't count. You realize this, right? No. Run that by me one more time? Sure, no problem there, Daddy. I got you, friend. Rebel, when you block everybody off of your channel, they can't even give you a thumbs down. I mean, they can tap it, but it don't count. Because why? Because you blocked them from your channel. When you block somebody from your channel, they have no way to interact with your channel. None. Except watching it. That's all they can do. So, once again, maybe because you got everybody blocked. I got some stock accounts blocked on my channel. Sure I do. Yes, I do. And it's because my managing moderators blocked them. And they're still blocked in there. They are. I unblocked somebody. I'm waiting to see if they actually figure out that I unblocked them. And I didn't block them. I did not block them. Somebody else blocked them. Oh, no, wait. Scratch that. I did block them. Yes, I did. Somebody else blocked them initially. I unblocked them. They got reblocked. And I just reset blocked them. I want to see if they were going to comment on something I said. And they didn't. They haven't done it yet. So that's fine. That's fine. I mean, you snooze, you lose. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. So where was I going to go with this? What else is I going to say? Anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything else you want to say? Same for Ricky. Well, I don't, this is how I do my channel. If you block sock accounts on your channel, it's not a bitch move. Trust me, it is not. It's a bitch move to use those sock accounts and hide your true identity behind them. That's what's a bitch move. So I have never called anybody out for blocking sock accounts at all whatsoever, no. There's very few channels that are not sock accounts that have been blocked from my channel. Very few. Bird was one of them. Dave King9. Who else? There's valid reasons for them being blocked. You see, because Bird came on my channel, called me a PDF file and all that shit. Does it on his channel all the time. So fuck that guy. And the mule he wrote in on. Well, it's not the mule's fault though. Fox Mulder's in the house. What were you saying? Good morning. Say hello. Manager mods can not block modded accounts. Well, they can block. Manager mods can block standard mods. They can block standard mods. Yes, they can. They can block channel. They can block channels that are not modded. They can block standard mods. And me as the channel owner. Well, I'm not an owner. I'm a leaser. We don't own our channels. You guys don't realize. Google owns our channels. They reserve the right to shut them down for no reason. A manager mod can block a standard mod. I'd have to flip over. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. My next day off, I've always wanted to do one of these. I'm going to do a silent stream. As much as corrosive commentary hates my ass, I did participate in the restream of Rebel. Was it a year or so ago? Something like that. It was like a year or so ago. Managing mods can control. Manager mods can nail standard mods. So what I'm going to do is I will go live, and then because I can't switch my accounts now, it's going to funky up all my live stream. Is going to get all mashed. It's going to get all screwed up. Yeah, as a manager mod, you can block a regular mod. You can't take the wrench away, but you can block them. So what I'm going to do is when I go live, I want to do a silent stream. I've never done one of those before, where it's just dead airspace. And then I'll go live and I will like switch accounts and I'll like find one of my other channels. Ooh, we want Rosie we don't want Black Rose to find that account. So what I'll do is I will make a channel. I will make one of my backup channels a standard mod, and then I will go on one of my other channels, which is a manager mod, and I'll nail that account. I'll knock it. Anyways, we'll see who's in the right. We'll see who wins that one. We'll see who wins. Oh shit! I forgot. For $25, and this is Abe's trivia for today. Why did I first go live for almost 4 years ago? You got to look at this at the macro level. You can't say Rick Rude or Salty Rant or any of that shit. You can't do that. Well, you just nailed TO. I didn't know TOS. Oh, TOS. Hold on a second. It's TOS is a managing mod. How did TOS get nailed? Oh, TOS. Okay, TOS got you. Okay, wait a second. For 10 seconds. Wabbit, I timed you out to show I'm a managing mod. Yes, I know you're managing mod. But here's the thing. You can't hide. Can you hide him? Go ahead and try to block Silly Wabbit. Go ahead and try to block him. I'll just unblock him, just to test it out. Tap your screen and see if you can block him. Just go ahead and try it. We'll use you as you're a human guinea pig today. You're not a Wabbit, you're a guinea pig. He is our experimental stunt man. He's our double man today, our stunt man. Not our hit man. Black Rose is beg to differ, but he's our stunt man, yes. Go ahead and do it. I can't block. I can only time him out. Well, see, I can block and time out standard mod or manager mod, just like because it would be pointless for me to try that. Oh, you can or you cannot hide him. If you can hide him, go ahead and block him real quick. Go ahead and block Wabbit, and then just unblock him. And then I'll take a screenshot of it. I'll do it. Yeah, go ahead and try to hide Silly Wabbit. Tap you gotta scroll. If you're on your phone, just kind of scroll down and see if you can hide him on my channel. Okay, Lady Di, you can time him out only. Maybe they changed the rules on that. Maybe that's different. Maybe that's changed. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. So maybe she is correct on that. Maybe she's right. And I'll eat crow on that one. Now, hang on a second here. Just a second. We're gonna have some fun with this. Okay. Now go ahead and try to time out Silly Wabbit now. Try to time out Wabbit now. See if you can hit him. $100 if you can hide Wabbit. If you can block Wabbit right now, then you get $100. I'm good for it. I'm good for it. Yes, 86K seconds is 24 hours, or computes to 24 hours. And I remember when that whole debacle first came out, where you can time people for 24 hours. 24 hours. Silly Wabbit's still standing there. He's not been hit. Nobody's got him yet. Nobody's got him. So maybe they've taken that feature away. Because I swear to God, you could actually block, or you could hide a standard mod, but maybe you can't. I don't know. Maybe you can't. So Wabbit's still there. Nobody's been able to hit him yet. Nobody's been able to hit him for 100 yet. I don't know why that might be. He knows why, I'm sure, but nobody's getting him yet. Nobody's got him yet. The one big pond got nailed. Yes, here, I'll fix that. So I didn't know you could recycle. You can reset timeout if you hit them for 10 seconds and they come back again. Wabbit, say something and go ahead and try to hit them. It's been only time out for ages. I didn't know that. I don't see. People used to say, "Don't give Abe a wrench. Don't give Abe a wrench. All he's gonna do is time people out. That's all he's gonna do." That's all shit talk. Like Binks was one of the worst ones at it. When COVID's gave her a wrench, she was just timing the living dog shit out of me, man. She was whacking me every like 30 seconds. She would hit me over and over. That's why he pulled all the wrenches. She just kept hitting me over and over and over again. She always wrench begs too. You always see her wrench. Give me a ranch. Give me a ranch. Where's my ranch? And that. So I got plenty of screenshots of that. Plenty of it. She tried to say I was a nefarious tonic and sales a sock account on actually I found the screenshots of that, and I found the channel. So there was a channel, and it had his picture as an avatar. You saw him in the avatar picture of that sock account that was in Zatoichi's. It was in Zatoichi's channel in this chat, and it was called it was called Tonic the Den, something to that effect. I have to go back. I'll post those screenshots up if y'all want to see them. I don't give a shit. I don't think he would care. He wouldn't care. When Binks was running around saying that the Toxic and Snails account that I had like 3 years ago was that a very account that was talking ill about him was me. That account, that sock account is still there. Whoever's behind that sock account, yes, I got the link to it. And no, it's not me. I don't know who it is, but they got his screenshot in there. They got his picture in there, like him on like when he shows himself on a live stream. It's clearly him from a long time ago. And then it says Tonic Den, or it was like kind of like his old server name. It was like the Den of the Fox or some shit like that. That was the account that she was referring to that was talking shit about him and a bunch of other people on Zatoichi's channel. Yes. Who is behind that account, I have no idea. But I do have the link to that channel, and I do have all the screenshots of that. Yes, I do. And it does not match the account that I still have that's called that. It's just some brand account I made, and I haven't flipped over and used it. I'd go find it, but I don't want Black Rose to find it, see? I don't want her to find that account. I don't care about him finding it, but I just do not want her finding that account. No, I do not. So I can go grab those receipts and put them in my chat. And I gotta find Binks. I should tag Binks in there. That way she can scream that she's a professional victim and that I'm cyber stalking her. That would be noteworthy. Remember, I'm the guy who rewrote that shit. I'm the guy who changed the rules of engagement when it comes to tagging people's bitch asses on here. Okay, and it not being fucking stalking. You're not stalking somebody because you decide to tag them because they're talking shit about you on panels, places that either panels that they don't let you get on or you're blocked from. They've shadowboxed you off the channel, which means blocking your opponent, like your political opponent, from rebuttaling you, is what that means. And it's not. People said that I was Diamond Classy Drama Tart and Blame Katie were screaming that I was stalking them by simply hashtagging the hoes. Okay, that's all I did. I hashtagged the two. That's all I did. I tagged them and I called them out for their bullshit. That's what I did. I put out a receipt. They wanted to see receipt. I damn well gave it to them. Yes, I did. Still on my channel, other channels to this day. That's not called cyber stalking. That's called calling you out for your fuckery. That's what it is. I think if you want to play that game, that cyber stalking somebody is tagging them, then what about when you go on panels and you run your mouth and talk shit about them for hours on end, multiple times a week, as these shitbags did to me? including Bedtime Clown, whose wife, Voodoo Queen, blocked me off of his channel by her own admission because he's too much of a bitch ass to do it himself. There is that. I have a pretty damn good memory. I do remember shit. Yes, I do. When Bedtime Clown said I was autistic. Remember that? I remember that shit. The guy's a fucking welder. And then, what's her name? 420 Moon screaming at me in VC with Hebrew when he was rolling with that same bullshit troll. When he was doing that too. Because copycatting that one, yes, he did. And there's 420 Moon going to bat for him, sitting there screaming at me at the top of her lungs for over a fucking hour, trying to defend his misdiagnosis that I had autism. I remember that shit. Yes, I do. 421 deny that. You care to deny that, 420 Moon? Because yes, that did happen, and yes, him and I were both there. It was us three, actually. That was one of the few VCs I had with that psycho. That was one of the very few. I know what her voice sounds like. Yes, I do. And yes, she is definitely a she. She sat there and screamed at the top of her lungs. You know what she said when I called her bluff on that? I said, "Where are your creds, bitch? Where are your psychology? Where do you even have an associate's degree in this particular major? I'll wager I bet you don't." And what she tried to pull the same rabbit out of the hat that all the rest of them did. And it's life experience with knowing somebody that knows somebody that's related to somebody who's a social worker. I'm like, bitch, I can outdo that easy. I personally know myself an actual retired psychiatrist. A psychiatrist that was licensed in the practice, that is. An actual degreed retired psychiatrist. Yes, I do. Let me just go ahead and dox his name in the chat for y'all. Let me just go ahead and do that. And she didn't have much to say on that one. I says, that's my life experience, bitch. How do you like me now? So, none of this life experience. I know people that diagnose people on YouTube panels that were gaslighting, dogpiling, hate bonding with. That's it. Gotcha. That if I would have recorded that and replayed that, a 420 Moon sitting there screaming at the top of her lungs for it was literally it was over an hour straight. I know that. I do know that. Hebrew just sat there like panel furniture when that was going on. Yes, he did. He absolutely did. I will never forget that. No more than I'll forget D-Band getting in my VC and sitting there screaming at the top of her lungs at people for over 7 hours straight. I do believe Corrosive Commentary was there for that one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe CC was on that very panel. I believe so. That VC, not panel. You know what I mean. There was a lot of people. I fell asleep for like 3 hours into that shit. And I woke up 3 hours later. And she is still going at it hot and heavy, thick as thin. Yeah, she absolutely fucking was. Who had the channel Autistic Abe? That was Flying Monkey. That was Flying Monkey's sock account. She ran numerous sock accounts. She was in Holy 2.0. She was Dr. Fireman Cop, was Bedtime Clown. He fessed up to that later. But yes, that was Flying Monkey's one of her accounts. There was other ones that were similar to it, but she had at least one of them. I know, at least one of them. There was another account. There was a couple of them. I've got links to all these sock accounts on my Discord server. Most of them I haven't seen them being used in the longest of times. A lot of the flames died. The passion wore off, and the flames died down. For those, the honeymoon wore off basically with all those people. And then they ran out of shit to talk about with me. They got the same recycled, regurgitated bullshit, got old. And then some of these people started hating on each other even, started turning on each other. It was hilarious to watch that shit. And that's cool. Yeah, I don't like to block people, but, when you got guys like Trump dropping over 180 comments referencing kids on my chat, calling me a PDF supporter while he's talking relentlessly about children in my chat. Yeah, he got blocked for that. Absolutely got blocked for that. Over 2 hours of that shit. He just, nobody wanted to use my chat because he was in there spamming away. And I'm like, dude, you're friends with Huckleberry, who sat there and doxed how many kids, put their pictures up on YouTube. Just like Rick Rude said horrible things that he wished horrible things to happen to people's kids. That's what Huckleberry did. And Rick Rude still does, mind you. And that's Bedtime Clown's friend right there, by the way. That's one of his friends, Rick Rude. Yes, it is. Am I lying about that? I don't think so. I do not think so. But otherwise, there's just malicious sock accounts have been blocked in here. Abe PDF file was one of the ones that got blocked. And all that. Who was Shot Caller? Ask Dirt Guy about that. That was a sock account running around calling me a PDF file. I remember that. Those are the accounts that have been blocked. Just sock accounts. Dave King 9 got blocked because he was flooding my chat, calling me a PDF file, and supporter over and over and over again. We just finally had enough of him, and he got blocked by a managing mod. And he hasn't been back since for that very reason. The guy's totally whack, completely off of his rocker, insane in the membrane, yeah, I don't say about that. It's a fucking moronic plague is what he is. If there's even a brain cell up there, I would be flabbergasted. I would be baffled. I would be tickled pink. Anyways, what else is there to be said? So yeah, sock counts. That's the thing I say. Sock counts are coward asses because you're using a sock account to hide who you really are and what you're saying. I totally get if you're blocked from a channel that keeps blocking you, and you use sock account to get back at them. That's one thing. But just to use a sock account to hide and talk shit about people, call them PDF files and all kinds of shit. That is cowardly. It's you're a yella. You're a yella if you do that kind of shit. If you block sock accounts that are malicious like that, you're not a coward yourself. No, because you're blocking somebody who's a coward hiding behind a coward ass sock account, saying horrific, slanderous, defamatory things about you or people on your panel and chat or all of the above. So if you block a sock account, that doesn't count. Sorry, you're fine. I mean, again, using sock account. Yeah, the only people that get on Rick's channel if he ever goes live is a bunch of UPK sock accounts anyway. It's the same damn thing. They're just sock accounts. That's all they are. Sock it to me. Sock it to me. Sock it to me. Let's see. Yes, he is very educationally challenged, but he wasn't blocked for being educationally challenged. He got blocked for saying that I was a PDF file and supporter and talking about kids in my chat over and over. Same reason Trump said got blocked too. And that's why he's blocked today. That's the reason he got blocked. It's got nothing to do with him and his shitty content videos. It has nothing to do with any of that. I could care less. But it has to, he calls me a PDF file on his channel daily, or at least used to anyway. And I could give a shit less. Tyrant Bird first went live and did a video, or went blasting me, calling me the same damn thing. Once again, I could give it a rat's ass less. You got to consider the source on that one. You got to consider there's not much credibility there left in that guy, if any at all. I did not strike his channel. Striking Tyrant Bird's channel in that video of his, which I could do, would just show that I care enough to go out of my way to actually do that. Like I care enough about his content that I would go do that. And I just don't. So that video is still there, and I don't care. I still do not care. It's irrelevant. He's irrelevant. And I agree with what Brett said. He's just completely gone to a complete all new low with the shit he's pulling now. He's completely lost it again. And he has this burn it down mentality, to a pile of ash, and it just never works out for him. And why is that, Bird? I mean, you're really not as effective as you think you are. So there's that. Rapper, I know who Rapper is. I've seen him around, and he's constantly getting smacked down in the chats too. He is. Yes, he is. I do not have. No, he did not meant to say I have a PhD. He's got in my chat billions of times. Called me a chomo. Specifically called me a chomo and a chomo supporter a zillion times. And my managing mods and I got fed up with it, and he got his ass done blocked. It took a lot of doing for him to do it, and it finally got him blocked. And that's finally what did it. So if he ever does get him blocked again, and he comes to my chat and drops that one more time, rest assured, bam, he's going to get hit again. He's gone. I mean, you know, it's not that hard to do. Pink Boberto, I have not seen the longest time, has vanished without a trace. Exile 1 has made claim to fame that he knows where Pink Birdo is, disappeared without a trace. I do not know where Pink Birdo is. Can you find evidence for... I don't follow you. I don't know what that means. Eat your cat when he leaves? That's not nice for your... I love cats. I do. I love all kinds of... I love our four-legged friends. I mean, you know, they're good company. They're good. I mean, sometimes it's better. I'd rather talk to a cat or a raccoon, literally, or a possum, or that rooster when I go walking around sometimes in the mornings, which I hardly do anymore because I work all the time. I'd rather sit there and talk to that rooster than people, literally half the time out here. I seriously would. So yes, I would. Here, hang on a second here. So anyways, where are we at here? I don't have anything else to say. I was going to end this thing a while ago. I'm going to go 3 more minutes, and that's all she's going to have written. There will be no more written. I got to get out of here, and I gotta go away. But you know, that's the whole thing. You know, Aussie Amanda blocks every account that she can see of mine in the chats, and I get it. It's the whole 8-hey bond thing. I get it. But the thing about it is I agreed with her when she made a comment. You know, it really gets old. It's just, you know, it's just more of the same. When people, as a last ditch, or right off the bat, just start calling everybody else a PDF file or PDF simp. It's always the go-to. And I agree with what she had said on the shit show, which AC highlighted. That, you know, people really need to stop doing that shit. It doesn't work. It's again, there's no merit to it. There's no context to it. And there's certainly no evidence of it. And it's the cheapest possible thing that you can do to try to get at someone. It's when you know you've lost the battle and they've won, as far as I'm concerned. So I agree with that. I agree with Aussie, even though she blocks she blocks me every chance she can get. Yes, she does. She's been doing that for quite some. Aussie Amanda is one of these ones that was on the first shit show, screaming at me at the top of her lungs because she thought that I was Tyrant Wars. She thought that I was the Billy Bob guy in Tyrant Wars, and she sat there screaming at me for like, I don't know, 10 minutes straight or some shit like that. Until somebody said, he's not saying he's Tyrant Wars. He was talking about Tyrant Wars. That was Aussie Amanda back in the very first shit show panel I ever got on. She was trying to shame me for being Billy Bob is what she was doing. Go ask her. She ought to remember that. Got that one wrong. Anyways, that was a grand panel. That was when I went out. Bird and I went at it for almost 3 hours. I think 2 hours straight on that one. Just him and I going at it. AC dropped everyone off the panel, including himself, and it was just Bird and I going at it, just him and me. Nobody else, just us, just the two of us. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Anyways, that was a grand old time. I'm in a bad spot, so I'm probably going to get choppy here. I'm going to start R2-D2ing on y'all. But that's okay, because I got to go that way. I got to get up on out of here. Go down the road. Get going while the goings get good and be gone. Rapper has not been on my channel for a very long time. There's a number of people that they're probably it's because they don't get on here this early in the morning. They don't, and that's probably why you don't see a lot of those old, familiar faces that you would if I was going live at night, or shit, even like at 4 in the morning or something. Going for a morning walk. Yeah, you do the same, Webbit. Do the same. We'll catch you on the next one. We'll catch you on the flip-flop there, good buddy. 10-4, over and out. Mercy sakes live. That's one thing a lot of these people could not have gotten away. These people that block, these are people that would not have survived the CB radio days, because you couldn't just push a button and block somebody. You couldn't do that. And there was no texting on there, of course, so it was all voice. You had to talk. The only way you could block someone is by dumping a strong signal carrier on them. That's the only way you could do that. The only way. Bedtime Clown, you're late to the game. You'll have to take a number and stand in the back of the line and come back later because you're late. So anyways, yes, I love it when people call people liars with no context. Like you, Bedtime Clown, you're definitely at the top of that list. Let's see some content. Let's see some examples. Go. I have the total solution for you, Bedtime. The total solution. You should go live on that channel of yours that's been sitting there idle for over a fucking year and a half or so, probably more. And just your community tabs calling me a PDF simp and talking about Rick Productions, guy I never hung out with. So you should go live on your channel and put me on blast, BTC. Bring Black Rose on there. She'll be good for you. she'll kill your channel, just like she did when she got up on Queen Wasps the other week. Was that her only guest? Was Black Rose? I don't know. I didn't watch any. Somebody sent me a screenshot of that and said, "Guess who's live?" I'm like, "Yep." They could have called that one out, and did too at that. But anyways, that's some funny ass shit. But anyways, Bedtime Clown, you got on my channel today and started talking about pedos. Why do you always talk about that shit? It makes you a little sus about what's going through your head there, buddy. Why are you always talking about PDFs on my channel? It's guys like this. He hangs out with people like Ed Ramirez, Rick Crude. That's all these people talk about is PDF shit. I'm just saying, dude. Why is it you talk about that? I'm not calling you one like you call me one. Or the people you hung out with for the longest time that sat there and called me a PDF file. But I'm just simply saying, why do you come on my channel and the first comments you drop is about PDF shit? That's what I'm questioning. Is there something wrong with you? Go get some help. Seriously, dude. I mean, that is the only thing that's on your mind, and the only thing you come on my channel and talk about. Obviously, there's something more. Is there more to this than meets the eye? We need to talk about this sometime. Why do you come on my channel and talk about that shit all the time? Why do you do that? You got nothing else to go with. It is fucking weird. It is people coming on my channel, calling me a PDF simp on the daily, like Bedtime Clown here does. He's not as obnoxious as Trump said, who dropped over 180 comments talking about kids in my chat. But why the fuck do these people got nothing else to go with? And all they do, because these guys call me a PDF file for, I don't know, over 2 fucking years out here. And the only thing they got to go with, they do now is call me a PDF simp, because that's their way of calling me a PDF without calling me a PDF, because they know that's not going to work for them. They worked before. So then they go and they do the next worst best thing, and they just call me a PDF simp with no context. Bedtime Clown, go live, blast it. This is the dude who sat there and said, "Abe's hiding that live stream on Lady Dies from 2022." Bedtime Clown, once again, I talked about this earlier, and you weren't here for it, obviously. That entire live stream was on my Point One channel, and it was on there for a year and a half. Where were you not, Bedtime Clown? You knew about that channel. And here's how I'll prove he knew about this channel. Bedtime Clown knew about that backup channel because he was on panel with Flying Monkeys Friday Fuckery live stream, when these guys were laughing it up because I got 2 copyright strikes from Flying Monkey, which I did. She struck my main channel, and then these guys were laughing it up on her channel and saying, well, and so Hillbilly Man was on that one. He ought to remember. You out there, Hillbilly? Come on in here. I got your ears on. 10-4, good buddy. But he was on that panel, and he was one of the biggest voices laughing it up that they got rid of me. They silenced my voice on YouTube for the next 90 days. And while those poor schmucks were live on her channel, unbeknownst to them, I fired up my backup channel. Obviously, at least 1 or 2 of them knew about that. And I went live on that channel. Yes, I did. And then all of a sudden, the panel just goes dead quiet. You can hear crickets in the background there on that one in the audience. And they're like, somebody just said Abe's live again and we don't know how. Well, I had about 7 or 8 backup channels at that time, not 411 like I do today. But I'm just saying, that's how I know Bedtime Clown knew about that backup channel, because he himself was up on that panel when they brought up the link to my live stream, and they were replaying me for a few minutes actually. And they announced the channel, and somebody even dropped the link to that channel in her live chat. So Bedtime Clown knew all about that channel. He could have gone there and during that time, at least for the next year or so, and download the whole damn live stream. And the 20 minutes, or it was about 25 minutes, that I got up on that panel to say, hey, what the fuck is going on here? And took the bull by the horns as Axel Bailey, aka /Canada, for doing that, for bringing that guy on there, which we already proved was a lie, Mr. Bedtime Clown. Once again, we talk about this every time you come on here. We'll keep doing it. Every time you get on my chat and start talking about PDF shit, we'll talk about that every time. I'm not bashful. You know me. I'll go all day long. The hell. But once again, Lady Di here in the chat showed all the DMs on Skype that she had with Axel Bailey, who was baiting her to bring that guy, Rick Productions, on her panel. And she caved in and ultimately did it. And then she had porn bombs on her channel for the next 3 months. That I know, because I was helping her get rid of them. Because she inherited all that guy's trolls over in the UK. And it's not your fault, TOS. You got nothing to do with it. Or anybody from the UK. I'm just simply saying that she inherited all that guy's trolls, which is exactly what Axel Bailey was out to do. And that's what he went and did. As far as that is his modus operandi. Well, that, and he didn't want to do his own channel because he lost his old channel for doing just that. Yes, he did. So anyways, stop me when I lie. So no, again, we'll talk about this every single time I go live. And no matter how many times you keep dropping that in my chat, Mr. BTC, no matter how many times, I am still going to blast you for that. And I'm going to talk about that whole thing. If you call me, if you think I'm lying, then get your happy ass on your channel or go on Black Rose. That bitch will go live for you, but she won't leave it up, see? She won't leave it up. And she only gets about 7 or 8 viewers at tops anyways. But the point is, she's had about 20 in there, rare occasions. But go on her channel and then go ahead and prove me wrong, BTC. Go on. Skedaddle. Scoot. What are you waiting for? That bitch will go live for you. She'll go live for you. She got nothing else going on. All she does is talk about Stabby and Lady Di. So why not get up there and give her some new content? Help her channel grow. You know, the Black Rose's channel even became known of by anybody to begin with because of me. Yeah, that's right. That is absolutely how that went down. Yep. And she got all bent out of shape over it too. Yeah, she did. And that's why I kept doing it. I'm like, listen, you're going to, don't dish this shit up. You can't take it back. Okay? You started your shit with me. You blocked me off of Lisa B's channel for over 10 months. You did. And this is just called Bittersweet Symphony. Like the song. Payback. This is payback time. That's what it is. It's tit for tat. All right? You ran your mouth, talked shit about me because you had me blocked on Lisa B's, and it became a safe zone for you and Bedtime Clown here and the rest of them, the rest of the inbreds, to sit there and talk shit about me because they knew I was blocked and they get away with it. Much the same as they did with ER Videos when they decided to boycott his channel because he wouldn't go along with the whole Abe as a PDF file to begin with. Bedtime Clown, you were around for that. You remember that? I do. Anyways, just reminiscing on the past. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing, BTC. So go live. None of that ever happened. BTC, once again, you have no context to anything you're saying. I'm going into all the nitty-gritty details about how this went down. And the only thing you have as a comeback is none of that ever happened. Seriously, you continue to disappoint me every time you come in here. Or you start dropping PDF file. Abe was a PDF simp file and all that shit over in Lisa B's. And then somebody gives me a screenshot of it, and you know damn well I'm going to do with it next. I'm going to put it up on my channel. That way your bitch ass cannot deny saying that later. See how that works? I've been doing that all along to these people. Because I'll tell you something. I think it was Ms. Joe, and I could be corrected on this, that said friends wouldn't do that to friends. They wouldn't. In other words, they wouldn't sit there and gather receipts and record and grab screenshots of them. And when I say record, recording them on a live panel. I'm not recording their phone calls. I don't talk to these people on the phone anyway. There's no like backstage. I did release a backstage discussion, yes, but I am not the one that recorded that shit. No, I didn't even know that shit went on until Black Rose started running her big flaps, her jaw, and started and decided to try to, I called her bluff, and she sat there running her mouth talking shit, and I says, you know something, Rose, I have a treat for you. I do. It's like trick or treat. Here's your treat, bitch. I have a recording of you backstage with Lisa and others talking shit about me. That's what I have. And I didn't even record that shit. Somebody gave it to me. Remember Bedtime Clown? I'm just protecting my sources. Well, BTC, I'm still waiting for you to show receipts that I recorded tonic and sales in my VC sleeping. I remember you were one of the first ones to start that one. I think, and you weren't even there. You were not even in that VC. I was in that VC, and I can prove otherwise, because I got a screenshot of that. I took a screenshot of it after that came out, because somebody made that implication in that very VC. I don't even remember who it was. I don't even. This has been over 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. But I'm holding that because I'm calling your bluff on that. See, I am, because your bitch ass ran around and said that I did that. But that's not how that went down, BTC. And there's other witnesses in there that'll vouch for that too. So there's that. Even if they didn't, it don't matter because I've got the receipt of that. Anything else? Would you like fries with that? Anyways, I love how these people they sit there and what they'll do is they'll do that too. They'll plant a little seed out there and they'll water it with sulfuric acid. Okay. And they'll give it like heat from like a supernova, radioactive heat. Just a roast. And there's no fucking content. I'm not spurging. I'm having a great time. I'm enjoying this. I'm having fun. What is spurging? What does that even mean? Anyways, I'm having fun. I'm having fun with one of my top supporters of my channel, Mr. BTC himself. Mr. BTC himself, who has no fucking context to anything he says. He just throws some shit out there and watches it cook. And I'm sitting here waiting for the smoking gun. He's got to have it somewhere. If Rocky could, Rocky could pull a rabbit out of a hat in front of Bullwinkle, I'm sure this mofo can too. I have high hopes for this man. I do. I have very high hopes for my friend, Bedtime Clown here, to go ahead and put me on blast, put us all to shame, and show these receipts to tip his hat. But that's not ever going to happen because he don't have shit to go with. So I'm giving you guys clues to a question that'll give you 25 smackers. I don't care who you are. about the very first why why did I go live to begin with? Why did I go live on my channel to begin with? Somebody fill in the blank. You got to think at the macro, not the micro level. So in other words, you can't say Abe went live because of Rick Crude, BTC, Flying Monkey, and Salty Rant. You got it. That's you can't think of it that narrowly, that specific, not gnarly, but that narrowly. You can't. In other words, you have to think of the bigger picture. And that will give you the answer to that question, which I have said many times before. Where's Keith Anderson? I saw him in the chat just the other day somewhere. Anyways, just an opinion. I mean, everybody has an opinion. I'm having fun. Every time BCT comes out here, this is what we talk. This is all he talks about. He comes on my channel. He says I'm a PDF supporter because Rick Productions got a Lady Daz channel over 4 years ago. And Axel Bailey is the one who reeled him in, and he knows this. But see, again, because he knows he's not going to go call me a PDF file, so he goes to the next best thing, calls me PDF support. So we do this. I am happy. I am more than happy to put him on blast every time. It's every time he does. Every time he's on my channel. I love doing this. I get my kicks out of this on Route 66. I do. I love it. Anyways, this is a $25 question. It's been a $25 question for the last week, and nobody's come up with the right answer. So I'm going to end this thing now, and you can't exactly Google this one. You're not going to find it on Wikipedia. So there's $25 sitting on this one, guys. Come on. Why did I go live for almost, but not quite, 4 years ago? What is the reason that I went live? Why did I go live? What started all that? Why? There was a reason. Yeah, have a good day. Have a good day. Thanks for stopping in. And we'll catch you on the next one. We'll catch you on the flip side. On the flip-flop. But I got to get going that way. Well, the going's getting good. Because it's that time. It's time for me to shine. Once again, okay, guys. Nobody got the answer. Bummer. Bum deal. All right, maybe next time. So, that being said, we will talk to you all later. And just remember, people remember, if it is said on YouTube, especially by guys like Rick Crude and his bestie, Bedtime Clown, Black Rose 2843, Black Mold. That was my initial nickname I gave her, was Black Mold. I'll never forget. It was the funniest. And that stuck. Man, did that stick. It stuck more than calling her Dead Rose, or I never called her Dead Rose. I think it was Lady Di came up with that one. I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. I called her Gravel Rose because she's got a gravel voice. I did that. But I called her Black Mold. Black Mold 21843. That's funny. Is that not funny? I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. That is funny. That is funny. And her bestie, 420 Moon. 420 Doom. Anyways, we will talk to you all later. And I gotta go. Take care. Somebody mentioned Shiva in the chat earlier. I'm gonna do a shout out for Shiva. Once Upon the Church of Four. His channel, Mind. I can't remember what the rest of it is. He's got a different channel now. But I am gonna do a shout out to him. And hope for the best. I'll keep him in thoughts and prayers. I hope you guys do too. That he's had a real rough time, and like I say, all bullshit set aside. I really do feel for the guy. I do. I hope he's okay and all well. Okay, guys, we'll see you next time around, and ta-ta, toodles.